couple more questions. Oh, you keep mentioning condoms and STDs. When I was in your hotel room in London, when we did your last interview, there was condoms everywhere. And one of my camera guys was offended. He was like a feminist, and that's okay. But I was like, why are you offended? He has condoms there. And he's like, well, I don't know what he's trying to say. And I'm like, I don't know if he's trying to say anything. He just has condoms. But what is your policy with condoms, STDs? And then are there rules as far as like, this is a no orgy night, don't be coming into my bed, or like, how does it all work?
First of all, that guy's a bitch. Number one.
That's what I thought.
Number two, I was, I don't know. I'm just like, I've been pretty good about it. Like you have to always wear condoms or else it fucks you up. Like you can't or you could only not wear them with like your main girl. But like, you can't be like picking and choosing or like, oh, I think this girl's a little bit more slutty, I'll use one with her. Like, you just got to use them all the time or else it's going to fuck you up. You're going to be like, oh, this doesn't feel as good, or I want to take this off. It'll take you out of the moment. And like, and then also like, you'd be like, oh fuck, I can't, this just doesn't feel as good. And then you have a hard time keeping your dick hard. Like, there's just all these shitty things that come with like so you just use them all the time and you don't even notice. It's
right.
Like
discipline.
Discipline. Yeah, exactly. It's like, wearing a fucking seatbelt in the car. It's like if you wear it every fucking time, it's like you don't even notice. You just fucking put the thing on and forget about it.
Okay.
If you never wear a seatbelt and then all of a sudden you got to fucking put this thing on, it's like, this is uncomfortable, whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know. If you're putting up fucking crazy, it also just helps me not care too. Like if I'm wearing a condom, I don't care if girls are fucking other dudes. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But if I'm fucking without a condom, then I do care. Like, you know what I mean? Then it's like, okay. Now we gotta get you fucking tested. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I just don't want to think about it. I don't care. It's like, whatever. Like,
right.
Fuck whoever you want. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't have to worry about getting pregnant. I don't have to worry about STDs. And honestly, it's like, and just like, just anything. Like, I don't know. It's just less headache.
Yeah, the pregnant thing's a good point. Like, you don't have to worry about it ever, or a accusation or a hint or a paranoia, because you're like, no, that.
Well, I'm shooting testosterone, so the chances of me getting a girl pregnant is pretty fucking non-existent. But
does that drop all sperm counts down? And
pretty low, yeah. I mean, you can get it back. You shoot HCG and do like a post-cycle protocol or whatever. But yeah, when you're shooting tests, yeah, you're pretty much sterile. So
okay, gotcha. Well, that's
while you're on it.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever. That can be good. I'll get into that, and I want us to get through the rest of the book. But just on the girl thing, do you have like rules, like when you go on a trip? Like obviously the book's got crazy stories of the crazy orgies, a lot of the sex stuff. But Dan Bilzerian today in 2022, when you go out on a trip, is it like, look, or you're in your jet, is it like, look, I don't need all the girls to take their clothes off and jump on me at the same time? Are there protocols, or is it just kind of like they know your vibe and you just go with what feels right?
Well, I have a bed on the plane, so usually I'll just like lay in bed, eat a weed brownie, watch some movies or whatever. You know, the girls that I'm kind of like, that I want in the bed, I'll let them in there. And, sometimes we hook up, sometimes we don't. But I don't know. It's like it's never really like for film. It's never really like, like get in the bed, let's get a photo, like, or any of that shit. I just live my life, and like, we probably capture 5% of my shit, if that, 5% of the good stuff, and miss most of it. But like what we get is organic, and the internet sees through it. You see all these fucking douchebags on there, like trying to be like me, and they just set up a photo, or they have like all these fucking girls come and everybody's like posed and shit. It's just like not natural. The guy's probably not fucking them, or they're hookers, or it's just not the same, like, I don't know. I just try and just do my thing, and we capture it, and it is what it is. If we can capture it, like I said, a lot of times you don't. Like the last trip we did, but for like, almost like 3 years, I barely posted anything.